Well folks, here we are. 30th video of the 30 in 30 experiment. It wasn't quite done in 30 days. I did choose to do this over the busiest holiday season of the year and then I got COVID, but we got here just a little bit after that date. And it's been a wonderful experience with an incredible series of stories. And I'd love to know in the comments what your favorite is. We'll be doing a 30 in 30 supercut, and I'm torn as to whether I want to do all 30 videos in one big video or just a curated sense of maybe the top 5. Let me know what you think. This has been an incredible journey. I don't know what we're doing next. I don't know if we're going to do 5 a week, if we're going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as I discussed. We're going to figure it out. There's still a few extra videos to go to catch up to the extra 3 days. So we've still got Hidden Webpage, we've still got Drumming in the Clouds, we've still got Hotel Inertia, we've got some other things cooking. So you'll probably still get a video for the rest of this week anyway, and then we're going to kind of figure it out. There's also the 30 in 30 debrief me and Vidith did. It's back on the Patreon right now. But thank you all so much for making this such a wonderful experience. Thank you to all of our writers, to all of our voice actors, to John, who edited this video, has helped out with the thumbnails, has been an absolute star in his first month editing for the channel. And of course, to all of you for making this such a wonderful experience, reading all your comments, hearing your stories, how much Dusklight has meant to you, seeing the community Discord grow more. It's just been amazing. I could never have imagined it was going to be so successful so quickly. If you want to hear more, the 30 in 30 debrief that me and Vidith did is on the Patreon. But either way, it's time for us to wrap up, and I chose something very special. I looked back across Dusklight's history and thought, you know what would be really cool? Do the very first Sturgeon video that we did on Dusklight and redo it from the ground up. New voice acting, new sound design, new music, using the production tools we have, and present it to all of you. So that's what we've done. I hope you enjoy this, what will be the first of a few Redux projects we do as we bring old Sturgeon stories to life once again. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the finale of 30 in 30, the bath game. Okay, let me just get straight to the point. I do not believe for 1 second that no other child played the bath game growing up. I'm convinced that my friends are trolling me, but they're not responding to my messages, and so I'm left with little choice but to bring my question here, hoping someone will know what the hell I'm talking about. I was around 5 or 6 years old when my babysitter introduced the idea of the bath game to me. She said it was a fun way to engage the imagination and that I could find something truly special within the water. I didn't question it, even then, because she was the boss and I thought she was pretty. I didn't want to make her mad by refusing or risk having my Nintendo taken away if I was disobedient. So when my mom told her to bathe me one night, I was pretty excited to finally try the game. Her instructions were pretty simple, and I'd come to write them down because with any game, there has to be rules. 1. You must do the bath game alone. These instructions can be given, but you have to be isolated for the game to begin. 2. The tub should have some sort of thick bath soap that includes a lot of suds and a dark liquid. Ensure the top of the water is obscured and the sides are caked in it, including the handles to get out. 3. Only hot water. No cold and no resistance upon getting into the water. If it hurts, it will pass as your skin gets used to it. Ignore any reddening on the skin. 4. Take a deep breath. Make sure it hurts just a little. Know you will not be coming back up for a while. 5. Dive in and don't look back or rise up. Allow the current to take you and keep your eyes open. 6. Your vision will blur, but it will eventually clear and you'll see something in the plug hole. Go to it. 7. Trust in what you see. Let your body relax. 8. When you meet the Sea Emperor and the lights above the water go out, you've won the bath game and can come up for air. The babysitter was so excited she could barely contain herself, bouncing around and eyes wide, a thick liquid flowing from her eyes. She didn't even bother wiping it, content to be sharing in my submersion by proxy. I stood there in my bath towel and expecting her to follow me in, but she shook her head, nostrils flaring. "Only you. Rule 1, remember?" she reminded me, and I felt my face grow hot. She was so pretty when she stared at me like that. I'd have done anything for her. She told me I was special, that she couldn't wait for me to win and to get my prize. I asked her what I got. I was eager, but I had to know. What kid doesn't love prizes? Her lips twitched, and she took a moment to answer. But I remember her expression never changed, not once. Her teeth chattered as she said one word: freedom. I had no idea what she meant, but in my mind I assumed, like any child, it was gaming all night, eating what I wanted, and no school. I mean, what kid wouldn't want that? I went in and noticed the bath was already running. A thick bath soap I'd used to give myself foam beards was caking the entire tub, save for one spot to safely get in. The water was so hot that it was steaming up the mirror and making my body sweat. Rules 2 and 3 were taken care of, it seemed. A little freaked out but unperturbed, I took a couple of practice breaths before inhaling deep, feeling the pressure mount and slowly stepping into the tub, careful not to let my feet slip. Even at that age, I knew I could easily hit my head on the faucet and cave my skull in. Nothing was going to stop me winning this game. The water looked inviting but murky. The thick paste had covered the top in a layer of foam with small patches of the black liquid poking through. The bottom obscured and creating an illusion of depth. As my feet touched the water, I felt the searing heat ripple through my skin, threatening to tear at the flesh. But you'd be amazed at how determined a child can be when a prize is up for grabs. I decided in my infinite wisdom that I'd brave it all in one go. I exhaled and let my body up to my neck sink down, the pain enough to make me yelp and try to get out. But after a couple of moments, I took in one final deep breath and pushed on, submerging myself fully. Eyes burned and senses dulled in the inky, hot blackness. It felt like swimming through tar, but as the rules suggested, ignoring it was the only way forward. My stomach pushed in protest and my muscles began to burn, but I focused on letting the current take me, not even questioning how a current was a thing in a bathtub. I did wonder, though, was the bath always this wide and deep? I focused on the sinkhole and saw long, scaled hands protruded from either side, the nails sharp and cracked, soft flesh flapping in the water and coming off in small chunks. It started pushing at the edges of the sinkhole and widening it, my body being steadily pulled towards it as the lights above darkened and the burning in my chest became less of a problem. In fact, everything in my body relaxed, and all I had to do was float. I saw into the sinkhole, and it took many years of reflection with an adult mind to figure out what I experienced as a child. Words still fail me 30 years later. They're inadequate and unable to capture the beauty below. A sprawling obsidian city meshed into coral reefs that pulsated colors I recognized and many I had never seen before or since. The further I descended, the more blinding the eyes got, as if they are guiding me to land. Further down, at the entrance to the city, 2 large statues loom either side to a grand throne. They're imposing, pilot lights swinging on their skulls, orbs for eyes and mouths in places they shouldn't be. One holding the tip of a sword with several spikes running through the hilt, the other a grand hammer. It's when I see the throne that I feel the burning in my chest return and something pulling me back up. It's empty, and yet it's not. Something is sitting upon it, but it isn't. A flickering image, or perhaps my eyes deemed it too much to bear full witness to. But I felt it in that moment. It knew I was disobeying the rules and saw fit to punish me. It craned its horrific skull up towards me as it smiled. The eyes blinded me, filling my body with such agony that my ribs felt as if they would snap under the pressure. Eardrums burst and skull split open. I felt as if I was dying. My next memory was being in a hospital bed, unable to speak, and a tube down my throat. I was beyond terrified to be hooked up to machines, and even more scared that I'd let down the babysitter, that the creature in the sinkhole was coming for me. I thrashed around until my mom's concerned face came into focus, and she soothed me. Tears stained my face, and I was looking at a long recovery, both physically and mentally. Therapists came and went. None of them believed the bath game was real. Every single one of them told me without fail that my babysitter was simply mentally unwell, had tried to manipulate me and drown me, that all I'd seen was my oxygen-starved brain making sense of the situation. But I knew better. Even when she was sentenced to a mental institution and apologized for deceiving me, I knew better. I never deviated from that one pervasive thought that had burrowed into my brain like a parasite. I'd failed the game. I bring this all up because I know someone has experienced this. They have to have seen it. It's too specific for one person out of 7.5 billion to have gone through. Does nobody remember the way the tub expanded when you dove in? The widening sinkhole with the great hands? The weird, indescribable lights of the coral reefs beneath the tub? The fishmen statues holding artifacts of power? The sea emperor that resides between realities? Everyone in Sturgeon says I'm crazy. They don't believe me. But I'll have proof for them all soon. Soon the Sturgeon Nexus itself will report on my findings. I tried recreating the game myself over the years, but maybe my failure was simply too egregious and the Emperor simply won't allow me to retake. I've caught glimpses in the steamed-up mirrors though, promises of what could be, if I just show the resolve to go there again. Thankfully, my son can do it for me. He's so excited, having grown up on the stories of what lays beneath the sinkhole in the bathtub. I made him wait until he was older to undertake the game. I had to ensure if he told others, they wouldn't think him too young. I sent him in about half an hour ago. I can only hope the fact he hasn't returned is proof he met the Sea Emperor. But he shouldn't be there much longer, right? I want to go check on him, but because I lost, I don't think I'm permitted to interfere. I even stood outside the door, ready to pull on the handle, but my legs won't stop shaking. I feel my throat close up and sweat run down my head. Perhaps it's a sign not to interfere. Please, someone, anyone, tell me I'm not crazy, that I'm not alone. Someone has to remember the bath game. Because as my mind wanders and fear creeps in, all I can think of is the prize my babysitter promised. The prize my son has been promised. Freedom. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this evening's production on Dusklight Radio, hosted by yours truly, Everett J. Blackwell. This strange ritualistic tale of watery depths and sea kings was crafted by Janitor Supremo TJ Lee. You could check out more of TJ's work here on the channel, as well as his books on Amazon. I want to take a moment to thank all of our patrons for making this possible. If you want to sign up, it's as little as $1 a month and you get exclusive content, early access videos and stories, updates, and more. But times are tough and we will always be grateful for support no matter what form it comes in. Financial, spiritual, corporeal, maniacal, whatever you want. It really helps us out. A shout out collectively to all of the Sturgeonite faithfuls. And next, I want to thank all of our Purple Crayon Eaters. Feeny Von Karma, Max, Fi, Amara, Ashabel, Candyman Gloving, Mike, Alex, Gail, Echo Kane, Ian Hancocks, and Okami-san. Then our janitors, Alex Nunez, Arkham Cookie, Amy, Adrian R., Heather Cayley, Scott, Death 31, Sabine Eclipse, Joy Flint Healy, Dux, Shane Lewis, and Allie. Our Nightmare Detectives, Fox Clifford and Melanie Schaefer. Our Void Walkers, Professor Creepypasta, Rat Squatch, and Josh Woods. And lastly, our Blackwell family. Great Uncle Vin Blackwell with his forbidden esoteric knowledge. Delera Blackwell, our resident doctor and plague, pestilence, and poultry dispenser. Izzy Blackwell, our resident bug devourer. TJ Blackwell, who seems hell-bent on stealing the spot of our janitor supremo and his purple crayon wife. Adela Blackwell's fire-bending and illusions. Ethan Blackwell, abyssal fisher and repo lord. Jackal Blackwell, head chef and mystery meat purveyor. Clue Blackwell, the chrysalis of unknowable horrors. Tabitha Blackwell, void water baron and forever frenemy to our last entrant, Papa Kyle Blackwell, from his Tower of Bones, Broth and Spines, alongside the Hobo Queen, preparing for the outer gods to recognize his claim. We love and fear you, Papa, and we love and fear all of you Blackwell family members. We thank you humbly for your patronage and look to see you bright and early for Dusklight orientation, purple crayons, and existential dread will be provided. And one last time, listeners, close your eyes and breathe with me. Remember, no matter how bad things are, how cruel people can be, and how heavy your shoulders may feel with the weight of the world bearing down on them, Dusklight will always be here to lift the load and provide you with some respite. Drink some pink lemonade Snapple, watch a video on lost civilizations or derelict theme parks, and sleep on the cool side of the pillow with the window open and the stars twinkling down on you. Start and end each day with kindness in your heart. You matter, you are loved, and every day is another chance. I'll see you again when the sun sets and dusk enters the station.